Hey guys, you're welcome back to another video, Iki Exclusive Fashion Home. So in today's video, I'll be teaching you how to cut an A-line dress. A very simple method of cutting an A-line dress, front and back. So let's get right into it. So the first thing you do, this is your fabric, it's very easy to cut. So the first thing you do is get the full length of the dress, of an A-line dress. The full length of the dress is 60. You can decide to add your allowance, but this is 60 inches. I don't need an allowance because my allowance is already included in the 60 inches. So you get it all the way through. 60 inches. Next part is the half cut or half length measurement. Here I'll be using 18 inches for my half cut. 18 inches. So the next after that, make sure you do this before you go into your measurements proper. So you got your shoulder measurement, shoulder divided by 2. This is 18, but I've divided by 2, which is 9 inches. Then armhole, 10. You link them both, 10. Then the bust measurement divided by 4, it's 47, which is 11.75. If you know how to use your tape properly, you'll be able to get that. 2 inches allowance. Then on your half cut, half length, you get your waist measurement. It's 45 divided by 4, which is 11.5. 2 inches sewing allowance. You link the bust and the waist together. Then after the waist, you get your hip fall. That's if for those that don't understand what hip fall is, it's the point where you get your hip measurement round. I call it hip fall. So the hip measurement is 51, which is 12.75. Allowance as well. So this is what you do. You link the hip to the waist, and you get your ruler. Get your ruler, then link everything from the edge down all through to the hip allowance. So this is the result you should get at the end. So we'll be cutting out the neck now, the neck part now. It's a V-neck. The normal measurement for a V-neck for an adult is 4 inches for the breadth. So if it's not going to be too deep, 5 inches is enough. But I'll be using 7 inches for the depth for the V-neck here. If you want it very sharp, you can use your ruler for that. So this is it. I'll be cutting it out for you to see what it looks like. So we start by cutting the neck area. So I'll just spread this out to show you what it looks like. It's very easy. So this is what you should get at the end of the front side of your A-line dress. So we'll just be placing this to cut the back side of the dress. This is what it looks like. So let's cut the back side. Okay, so we'll be cutting the back side now of the A-line dress. All you need to do is place the front side of the dress on top of the fabric, folded fabric again. That's for those that will be fixing a zip. For those that will be fixing a zip at the back, you will need to leave your zip allowance, which is about 2 inches. So about 2 inches wider than the front for the zip side. So this area is where you fix in your zip. So the neck area for front and back is always different. The breadth, this is the zip side. So let's mark out our zip allowance. This is it. Hope you can see that. This is zip area. The neck area, the back side, we always have a round cut at the neck area of the back side, but the breadth will be the same measurement. The breadth, that's the wideness for easy understanding. The wideness of the neck will be same measurement with the front, but the depth will be about 2 inches long. 2 inches long. 2 inches is just the normal measurement for back side, except you want it deeper. But 2 inches is just the normal backside neck for every adult. So we cut this out. Every other thing is same except the neck area. We cut this out. Cut the same thing. So if you are working with lining or facing, all you need to do is place this on the lining or facing or whatever you'll be using to turn out for it. So you slit the zip allowance. Don't always forget to slit this, because if you don't do it now, you might not remember to do it and you will just go straight into sewing and you forget. So always remember to slit the zip side to help you differentiate between back and front. So when you do this, you're ready to cut your lining. If you're adding your lining, you're facing, you just go and place this on it and you sew. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in our next video. Okay, alright, so this is a complete outfit. So it's better I show you the type of sleeve I'll be using on it. So the sleeve is called a semi-bell sleeve. That's what I call it, because it's not going to be as wide as a bell sleeve. For those that know what a bell sleeve looks like, a bell sleeve is like a flare sleeve. So I'll be using this. I call it a semi-bell sleeve. I will show you how to cut it. So that's the sleeve I'll be using for the A-line dress. So the total sleeve length I need here is 17 inches, but I'll be using 1.5 inches as seam allowance, which is 18.5 seam allowance. This is about a 3/4 sleeve. 18.5 for an adult is a 3/4 sleeve. The next thing you get is where your bell sleeve will be starting from. Is about the elbow, around the elbow part, which is 10 inches. This is where the bell will be having our bell from. This is 10 inches. This is around the elbow part. So you get 4.5 inches down. This is where we'll be putting our armhole. So our armhole is 10 inches. You have 1 inch seam allowance. Always remember to fix in your allowance. So that's 1 inch. So this elbow part where we're bringing out our bell, you get the round part of that area. This is 7 inches, is 14. This is divided by 2 is 14. 1.5 inch seam allowance. Then you link this to your armhole measurement. If you have your ruler, you can use your ruler in this part. Then you get a curve shape from the edge of the sleeve all the way through to the elbow allowance. Then you get a curve shape at this area. Make sure it's not sharp. I hope you can see this clearly. Although when I cut it out, you'll be able to know what it looks like. So by the time you link all of them, you get your sleeve measurement. Get a curved shape. This is for normal sleeve. So I'll be cutting this out so that you can see what it looks like. I don't know what you call it, but I call it a mini bell sleeve. So this is the armhole. Then you cut out the length area. match the edge of your sleeve as well. So this is what the sleeve looks like at the end. This is folded, so I'll just open it so you can see the finished look of the sleeve. This is what it should look like when you measure your semi-bell sleeve. So this is what I'll be using for the A-line dress as well. So let me know in the comment section if this works for you. See you in our next video.